Well, guys, man, day 2 of the Cleveland Browns mini camp has wrapped up. And we all heard from Todd Monken yesterday, giving kudos to Shedeur Sanders, how he performed yesterday with all the ones taking all the first team reps. And he did state it and made it abundantly clear that Deshaun Watson would have first team reps today, and Shedeur Sanders will be performing with the twos. But make no mistake about it, Shedeur Sanders was out there balling out with the number twos. And Shedeur Sanders was throwing some pinpoint passes once again with the number twos, throwing nice passes across the middle to Tyson Wallace. And then on one play, he threw a nice bomb to KC Concepcion, which they said it was overturned because it was offensive pass interference. But y'all see the touch that Shedeur Sanders has on the ball, and KC Concepcion went up and got it. A lot of people was questioning KC Concepcion's hands, talking about he does have a lot of drops, but I told you guys once before, KC Concepcion will bring the ball down in traffic, so you don't have to worry about that. But at the post-game press conference after the OTAs finished up, didn't mean to say post-game press conference, but the press conference after that, things got electric. And Shedeur Sanders got into a heated altercation with one of the Cleveland insiders. And we're going to talk about it right after this.
Let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. Nah, it's my bro K-Step. Chopping up topics for your outfits. From politics to your cockpits. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio stereo. Pumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic. Man, I got something to say.
Well, guys, you know I got something to say, man. And the crazy thing about it is day 2s of the mini camp wrapped up for the Cleveland Browns, and we saw Shedeur Sanders light it up once again. Shedeur Sanders has been on fire for these last 3 to 4 weeks and been getting rave reviews from the head coach, a lot of media personnel. Also, you got a lot of players talking about Shedeur Sanders as that guy. But today, things got heated in the interview after the OTAs when Shedeur Sanders took to the mic. And he got into a heated altercation with one of the Cleveland media, Cleveland insider guys. And when you know who we talking about, Tony Grossi. It's something about Tony Grossi and Shedeur Sanders. This is a real beef, guys. Tony Grossi has a disdain like for Shedeur Sanders, and it's abundantly clear. You can read into it the way he be asking Shedeur Sanders questions. We saw what happened last year in the tunnel where Shedeur had to confront him after the game in Carolina in preseason where Shedeur balled out, ran into Tony Grossi in the tunnel and said, "Why come you always have negative things to say about me? Nothing's never positive." And we thought they kind of hashed that out because Tony Grossi did go on the radio station the next day and said, you know, there's no love lost between them two. Everything's all good. And today we saw something different. So let's take a listen to the heated altercation that Shedeur Sanders and Tony Grossi got into it today because of the question that Tony Grossi asked Shedeur Sanders, and Shedeur Sanders basically shut all that down and basically destroyed him. So let's take a listen to what Tony Grossi had to say in this interview. Let's take a listen.
It seems like a guy that I'm real familiar with. So I enjoy it. You know, I definitely like his expectations he has for us, and it gives you no choice but to be great or to get out the way. You know, I think it's just that simple.
Do you plan on hosting a workout prior to training camp with teammates, or are you going to attend Deshaun's?
What do you mean attend Deshaun's?
I think he's having a workout for teammates in South Florida.
I just think that was just a question to try to start something, honestly.
It really isn't.
I think we're a team. if one of us chooses to do something, we all gonna do it together as a team. It's not no individual thing. So that's the thing. Like the quarterback room, like we all connected, we all cool. That's the difference. Like we all cool, we all communicate with each other. Hey, there's nobody's single individual idea because that creates separation with, okay, now what receiver's gonna show up for this guy? Nah, we all a team. We all gonna come as one. We all gonna get together as one team and get the things done. Cause then that's what that causes separation and just a messed up vibe. And it's like that's not really what we own this year. We own like being a great team.
How does this offense benefit your skill set?
I think if it's a football field and ability to have a chance to play, that's going to benefit anything. I don't think it's really about just the offense. I think about things I can't control. You know, if I was in a wing T, I have no choice but to execute a wing T offense. You know, so it's like I don't think about those things. I think about, okay, this is the objective. This is where I got to learn. This is what I got to do, and I got to maximize everything I can in this position.
Shedeur, you obviously have had a little over a month now with some of the new guys in this offense. Just what's it been like building chemistry with Casey, with Denzel, and how those relationships kind of coming along?
Yeah, I think it's great, honestly. Being able to have conversation with those guys and how they see stuff. It's a lot of different perspectives coming from different places, and we all talk about it. Even the quarterbacks, we all view things differently, so then we all help each other out. Like, hey, you may want to do this drop on this, you know, or you may want to hitch when you do this, or if you see this, let's probably just get into that. So it's like everybody just communicates more, I say, and talk to each other.
Shedeur, what about the new O-line in front of you two? Is it a similar process?
Yeah, the new O-line, they really cool. We definitely have a lot of things in common that we talk about, you know, and I think it's real cool. I think they really go out their way, you know, to connect with everybody. And I think it's natural also.
Now, you heard what Shedeur Sanders had to say, man. And basically, Tony Grossi, man, he's being messy. Tony Grossi tried to start some things and Shedeur Sanders shut him down. He asked a question, and then he said, are you going to attend the Sean's? So how are you going to ask Shedeur a question where are you going to have, you know, some practice time with some receivers and then throw in there and say, are you going to attend the Sean's? Like I said, man, I think this is a real beef between Tony Grossi and Shedeur Sanders. And I'm glad that Shedeur Sanders shut him down. And Shedeur Sanders handled that interview gracefully. And, you know, the narrative out there was that Shedeur Sanders couldn't conduct himself through interview. And he has completely knocked it out the park his first 2 years from all the naysayers and narratives that was out there about him where he can't conduct himself. He has performed in a room under bright lights so many times. And the great thing he said about the new offensive line when Ashley asked a question, he basically said they're cool, you know. And then going back to the Tony Grossi riff, he basically shut him down and said what Shedeur Sanders said, you know, the start of the little OTAs and when Todd Monken was, you know, announced the head coach with the new regime, Shedeur Sanders came out and said, it's all positive vibes this year. All the negativity needs to stop. We're all one. If y'all want us to win, y'all have to be positive. And Shedeur Sanders keeps, you know, preaching a positive message. But it seems like the Cleveland insiders, man, they love to start stuff. And it's kind of crazy that these last couple weeks, Shedeur Sanders has put the pressure on the Cleveland media and these insiders because that's why they're starting to come out and say these good things about Shedeur Sanders because he's been balling out. And I'm glad that Todd Monken, when he gets a chance to speak, he shuts down Mary Kay and Tony Grossi. And Shedeur Sanders just piggybacked off of that and shut Tony Grossi down as well. And you got to look at it like this. There's reports out there today that Deshaun Watson didn't have a good showing today. He threw a couple interceptions. We'll see if they're going to put that on the quarterback tracker, which Well-Off Media exposed yesterday where they didn't put the interceptions on the quarterback tracker. So if you didn't see the video that I did about Well-Off Media exposing the Cleveland media and the insiders, y'all go take a look at that. But other than that, man, Shedeur Sanders continues to turn heads, man. And I'm glad that he shut Tony Grossi down the way he did, man, because, you know, the altercation between them two, man, it's just going to be there, man, because of the way Tony Grossi comes at Shedeur Sanders and asks him particular questions, man. I see everybody in the comments section, #salute. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh, yeah, just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.